when Zayd's daughter, a little girl, had heard about the death of her father. She was crying uncontrollably, and nobody could comfort her. And Rasulullah began to cry, and his tears were rolling from his cheeks, and his companions were standing there. And one of the companions asked, he said, "Ya Rasulullah, why so much emotion? Why do you feel so much emotion over the death?" He said in simple words, "This is love. This is love. This is the training that the Sahabas received. This is the training that we need to incorporate into our lives, to read those stories of the Sahabas." I hear young Muslims talk. They say, this society is hard for us. What could have been harder than living in the early days of Islam? What could have been hard? What do you know about Talha standing in front of the Master Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the Battle of Uhud, when nobody else was around him and the enemy swarmed around and was shooting arrows? They looked at Talha afterwards, and his hand was mutilated and his body was covered with over 70 wounds. 70 wounds on his entire body. This is love. This is the Sahabas. What about Hazrat Bilal? The suffering that he went through. When he would make his wuzu and uncover his body, people would stare at him and see the scars that were on his back. This is love. This is what Islam is all about. Without those sacrifices, you young people will not make it in this society. It is not the society that is hard for you. It is your acceptance and the practice of Islam. This is what you need in your life. I'm telling you, this is the only way that you can win Allah's pleasure. This is what the Qur'an says: be mindful of your duties to Allah. Let nothing stand in your way of becoming a spiritual human being. The promised Messiah, alayhi wasalam, had the same kind of companions. The same kind of companions. And we hear on news reports, we read in the newspaper where people talk negatively about Islam. They talk negatively about Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We need to show to mankind what true Islam is all about. And we do it with our actions like the early Sahabas did. We do it with our love.